เราเข้าถึงชั้นไม้ QiMen and BaZi! Hi, good evening everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. If you can hear me loud and clear, can you type in a yes for me in the chat? And welcome to another week of live. As you can see, my background is slightly different. There's no green screen tonight. And the reason is because I'm currently in Kuala Lumpur and I am with my team this week. Doing our quarterly town hall, which we started about 2 years ago. So every quarter we'll meet up with my team. We'll get together for 3 days and we'll come together and discuss very strategic information and details about the company and about our direction, about our wins, about our losses, things that have done well, things that we need to improve. And it's always very insightful whenever I do that. So today, I also have a half a day session with meeting up many of my Malaysia students, predominantly they're from Kuala Lumpur. And the timing is we should finish at about 3 p.m. And this round, we actually drove down from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur because it's not just me, and Jasmine, but we have, a couple more team members supposed to join us, right? So instead of flying 4 people, we might as well drive in a car and we can, take a bit of time and enjoy the road trip a little bit, right? So one couldn't make it, left three of us, and then one thing leads to another. We supposed to leave Kuala Lumpur and back to Singapore, even with the jam, at 5 hours drive. If we drive non-stop, we should reach Singapore about 8 p.m. tonight. Guess what? The event delayed until about 4:35 p.m. and it was really tiring for everyone who's there, the whole day. We've been talking from 10 a.m. to about 3-4 p.m. and people are tired. My team is tired. I'm pretty okay. So we decided to really stay one more night in Kuala Lumpur. That's why I'm in my hotel room right now. Audio-wise might not be the best quality. But nevertheless, the reason I'm staying one more night is for you. Because I'm committed to do this live with you tonight, and I'm going to share something very, very important and powerful tonight. So I didn't want to miss this, because the last thing I want is I start driving at about 4:30 p.m. and it takes another 5 hours to reach Singapore, and it's a Saturday evening. You never know if the custom going to be jammed for another 2 hours. So I don't want to get stuck in the jam and doing a live, or have to cancel the live. And these are all the different consideration that I have to do. And my decision is to stay for one more night just for you, which means I have to spend more money on hotels, and really drive very early tomorrow morning. I would say we'll start at 6 a.m. And I believe we'll reach Singapore about 10 a.m. because I have my first appointment tomorrow at 11 a.m. Okay, so such is life, right? And this is just part and parcel of who I am. Traveling up and down a little bit of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, because my team is here, predominantly most of them, and you probably have met or know some of them, like Crystal, who's the one sharing always on the live. And then I've Wei Xian, I've quite a number of my team member if you come to any of our live event. Okay, so tonight I will be sharing quite a number of things, and tonight we're going to talk about BaZi and QiMen destiny chart, and we're going to talk about, is our life free will, or are we being resigned to fate by our BaZi and QiMen chart? How many wants to know that? Am I being tied down based on my date of birth and time of birth of my life, or am I able to rewrite my own destiny? Okay, so if you're watching this live at this moment, I would say that you would be the people that actually able and believe in rewriting your own destiny. Am I right? If you believe in rewriting your own destiny, can you type in destiny for me? If you believe that your life is somehow, have repeating patterns, you still have a lot of issues and you don't know how to get out of it, you feel like life has been pulling you by the neck, you are just resigning to fate, can you type in fate for me? Fate. All right, and tonight, hi, I've Xiani, Fabian, and yeah, wow, quite a number of you type Destiny. Okay, Zara, is that John, Jenny, Destiny, Fabian, Destiny, thank you. All right, and Wong as well. Yeah, so if you believe in destiny, that is the part that I'm going to share with you 3 charts tonight. And these 3 person are my personal friend that I know them personally. So how many interested to know how does really understanding BaZi and QiMen destiny chart enable you to change your destiny? Just so you know, I am one of them for more than 25 years. I've been having this dream of having financial freedom ever since I read this book by Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? That was in 2000 and I was still very young back then. I'm still young, right? And I was in the army. I still remember, I was wearing my army uniform and I was reading this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I didn't buy that book, in fact. A colleague in my army, because I was a sergeant, so he's a corporal, and I was seeing him reading books because they are all bookworms, because they are all JC students, junior college students, who's waiting just to finish the army and they want all go to university. So all of them actually will bring their books, they will study because they're all preparing for university. Whereas for me, I'm a full-time soldier back then, so I don't really read books back then. And I saw this, one of my corporal, he actually read this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I was like, I just don't know why, and I was just so drawn to this title. And I asked him, what is this book about? And he told me, yeah, it's a book, about this story, about something like that. Then he's like, okay, can you lend me the book? So I read the book, and guess what? I finished the book in one day, which never happened to me in my lifetime. I still remember when I was young, my mom would incentivize me or even nag me just to read storybook, and she will buy lots of storybook for me to read, and I don't even read any of those storybooks. Sometimes I'll flip around, but I never finished and completed one book. And the only time I finished one storybook was in secondary school because our school teacher make it mandatory that everyone should take out a storybook and read for 15 minutes before the class starts every day. And that's how I finished my first storybook back then. And that book I still remember is called Matilda by Roald Dahl, right? Which is a beautiful story, by the way. Anyway, so I read Rich Dad Poor Dad and I finished in one day. And the first question I went back to my friend, by the way, his name is PS, right? His name is PS. So I asked him, can I do that in Singapore? Like buy property and rent it out for passive income and I can retire. That was the first question I remember. And long story short, 25 years later, today, I am on my way to be financially free, financial independence. I'm not yet. I believe I most likely, working towards it in the next couple of years, or maybe 3, max 5 years, but I believe I'll be there pretty, decently on the way because of what I've been planning and doing over the years. Finger crossed, as everything is great, will lead me there, right? So what happened to me was I really went through a lot of ups and downs for the first 10 years of my life, really wanting to learn what is business, what is sales, what is financial freedom, how to even become a millionaire. And if you know my background, I just came from an average family. My grades in school are C and D, and I don't even have a university degree to begin with. So my family background wasn't a rich family. I wasn't having good grades in school, which you know in Singapore is important during my time. If you are a scholar, then maybe you land in a good job. That's where you get some good pay, right? But I don't. So my best bet back then, based on my old mindset, is just the Singapore Army because there's something stable. And if I were to stay there till today for the 25 years, which I believe I can because, I do pretty well in the environment, I'm probably making like 5,000-6,000 now per month. I'll be pretty high ranking, I probably have another 10 plus years to my retirement. I'm pretty comfortable, like typical Singaporean, right? And then later years, I went to many 八字 master, feng shui master, and most of them tell me my 八字 is like, you don't even dream of becoming successful, right? There's many flaws in your 八字, okay, which we're going to explore tonight actually. So then I went into spirituality, which is through my spiritual teacher. I learned about what is the actual hidden secret to success. Not the one from the personal development, not the one from Chinese metaphysics, but from the ancient books dated 1,000, 2,000 years ago, right? Which is back then, because I studied from this lineage, which is a different tradition. So the ancient wisdom talks about that. And then later on, when I studied Chinese metaphysics and I studied the I Ching lineage, the Tao and all those things, I realized there's a lot of similarity between these two, right, in terms of spirituality. So that's where I have about 8 years of learning, and also experience, which now become part of who I am, part of my lifestyle. And then finally, for the last 8, coming to 10 years now in Chinese metaphysics. So what I did was, in this 5-6 years of teaching, actually 7 years now in teaching and doing inner circle coaching, one question I have always in my mind is, how do I take what I've experienced, what works for me, and how do I make it into very simple, practical framework that delivers solution and results to every student that I came to interact with. So then I created this framework called the GEM framework. Can everybody type in GEM, G-E-M, GEM framework, right? So I'm going to explain a little bit about that tonight. But the first thing is, I'm going to share with you the very first chart that I want to share with you tonight. I have take away the name, so you don't know who is this person. I'm going to share my slides, right, which you will not see me, so this is how it's going to look like, okay? So you can hear my voice, so you can keep hearing my voice. Can you type a yes for me? All right, so while I'm sharing, you can actually continue to ask me questions, okay, and interact with me, because I just want to make this interaction. All right, so first thing first, okay, so I'm going to read this 八字as much as I can. Okay, so first thing first, how many of you know a little bit about 八字? Right, if you know 八字 or QiMen, or you know a bit of Chinese metaphysics, can you type a 1 for me? All right, if you have zero clue what is 八字, what is QiMen, what is Chinese metaphysics, type in a 2 for me. Okay, yeah, so either a 1 or is it a 2? Okay, if you know QiMen and BaZi, type a 1. If you don't know QiMen and BaZi, type a 2. All right, because I want to know if majority of people tonight's live, you don't know anything, then I'll go a bit more basic. Is that okay? If most people are the 1, which you know a little bit, then I'll go more advanced and deeper. Okay, cool. All right, so I just want to know. Okay, quite a number of you know it. All right, so I have more ones now. I don't have a 2 yet. All right, good, good, good. Okay, so this means I tonight have more fun with you guys, okay? So, okay, so first thing first, as you know, the way most people read 八字 is they actually look at, let me give you a different color to this, right? So they'll look at the day master, okay? So you can know this person, day master, is a Kui water, okay? And just so you know, recently I just learned from a new 八字 master, which is very, very powerful, and I really, really appreciate this master willing to teach me, because this master is like those underground, you know, and very difficult to get to, you know, almost like the ancient days. This master live in the mountains. You need to, you know, go through the different forests and the trails just to spot this master, and then you got to kneel down in front of the master for 3 days 3 nights under the rain, you know, and beg the master to teach you the kung fu. How many knows that? Okay, it is almost like that, to be honest, okay, because I met this master last October, except this master don't stay in the mountain, it stays in another country. So I met up with the master over the last 9 months for at least 3-4 times, and it's not easy to meet this master, and he must like you first, because if he don't like you, he might not even want to talk to you, and you don't want to talk to you, there's no chance to even invite this master for lunch or dinner. So I'm very thankful. Maybe I look okay to him. In fact, he does the research on me. I'm very public now, so he said I've watched a lot of your videos and everything, right? So then it's like, okay, you look normal, you look legit, okay, you look great. Anyway, he likes me. So then yeah, then we have the interaction until last month, 2 months ago. So I asked master, would you please teach me 八字, you know, the way you know how you read it. So I'm very thankful, despite his busy schedule. He's a kind of semi-retired, but still very, very busy, doing very, very well. Only have a selected group of clients, no more taking new clients, you know, that kind of stuff. All right, so I will share with you a little bit, you know, what I learned. Okay, so first thing first. Okay, so this is a Kui water. All right, and as you know, Kui water born in the winter season, this Kui water is strong. That is what most traditional 八字 master, or you know, most people read. However, another way I read the 八字 is this 八字on its own, this 8 character, this 八字 chart on its own is considered a Wang chart, which is an auspicious chart. It's not a weak chart. Okay, so just so you know, this is an auspicious chart. Okay, don't ask me how to calculate and everything, because that's very technical. We're not going that tonight, but I want to explain to you how I'm able to spot this person's character, you know, and what potentially happened and what has happened to this person. So if you notice, can everybody type in the year of birth of this person? Okay, the year of birth of this person. This person is really, really young, all right? Okay, so you can see over here, the year of birth, just so you know you see correctly. Okay, so this is a strong chart. But if you notice, this person currently is going through this luck pillar. Okay, so if you use the year, this year 2026 minus 2001, all right, how old will this person be this year? All right, this person will be 25. So 25, you minus 4 years, so which means 2022, right? 2022, this person changed the luck pillar into this luck pillar, which is the 壬辰, right? Water dragon luck pillar. And as you know, if you know 八字, dragon and dragon form a self-punishment. Okay, so what does self-punishment means in this case, right? So self-punishment in this case, in short, I like to use this word called self-sabotage. right? So self-sabotage means they can be a bit stubborn, very opinionated, and think that he's very smart, right? And because you're talking about two dragon, two earth, right? Punishing by itself, okay, and like to argue, okay, and feel that they are very smart. That's the main thing. But in many ways, this punishment shows that they have lack of self-love and self-esteem, right? So it's not that great. Thankfully, he only have it in this luck pillar, which means if this young boy, right, if he crosses to 31, he hopefully he learns the lesson, and then he'll become much better in this luck pillar. All right, so that is the first thing. Okay, as you can see, so that is the clash. Okay, and then just so you know, okay, he is this. Okay, then we look at his overall. So his overall main strength is he's a friend star, which means gives him 100%, and he have a 7 killing. Okay, so straight away from this two calculation, I can pretty much see that he is very critical about himself, because when someone is 100% friend, and some more if his friend, if you notice his friend is what element here, everyone? What is his main element? Kui water, right? How many water he has in his chart? You see, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. Can you see there's 5 Kui water in his chart? Okay, and typically what does water meant in BaZi? Okay, water means emotional, and typically rainwater versus Kui water people is even more emotional. So your BaZi chart might not be a Kui water day master, but if you have anything more than 3, 4, 5 water, especially Kui water, this character in your BaZi chart, you tend to be more emotional. Okay, unless you train yourself to have the wisdom, most people don't have, right? So you can straight away know, firstly, he's very young, right? He's very emotional, he's very critical about himself and other people, and with 7 killing being the Ji Earth, you'll know that also this young boy can be very aggressive when it comes to certain things, right? Because of the 7 killing. Okay, so that's what quickly you can see. Okay, so we look into his QiMen chart, you can see that he is a phoenix. Can y'all see that? And then there's attack door. Okay, and also Kui water here. Okay, so if you don't know what's a phoenix, you can watch any of my YouTube video that I have previously I recorded, all the 10 superpowers. If not, you can attend my weekend masterclass and to know a little bit more about yourself based on your BaZi chart and QiMen chart as well, in terms of the phoenix. So phoenix character is they are very, very good with their speech. They are very, very good with their communication, and that is a powerful phoenix, which means they can be a speaker, they can be a trainer, can motivational, people listen to them. They're very good with that. And the other flip side of phoenix is on the weakness side. If this phoenix not trained, then this person can be very hot tempered and can be gossiping, and also love to argue. And the worst part is this person will spread rumors just to make the person feels good. Okay, so straight away I know based on the Kui water and the phoenix here, right, together with the BaZi chart and the attack door. As you know, attack door also, I know you might not know the so-called keywords about it, but attack door, as you can guess, is something very aggressive. So having said that, do you think this young boy, is he emotional, or is he like matured? All right, is he more on the emotional side or more on the mature side? Can you type in the chat for me? Okay, so I get to meet him somewhere just about 4 years ago, just about when he changed the luck pillar. So I met him, he presented himself really well, and he's a bit introvert, not really can speak well, and he's just very very young, and he just like finished school and still kind of studying, but he's kind of found me, and then he wants to learn from me. He said he wants to learn metaphysics and things like that, and he was really really broke, right? He had $0 to his pocket, right? And the parents wasn't that well to do as well. So I told him this. I said, why not this way? Since you finish your school, right? Why not you go and find a job, any job out in your neighborhood, and then if you can, find a job that get this kind of pay, and if you can pay by installment, I will allow you to join my program, which usually we don't, right? So I gave a special so-called help to him. And I thought, being a young boy, he's just impulsive and just forget about it and off he goes, right? Guess what? He really came back and he really found a job within a month, and then he really very consistently did his so-called installment and everything, and he was really really awesome, in terms of his so-called learning, and I'm very impressed by him. And I find that I could groom him. Of course, I've seen his chart, I know his weakness, I know his strength, and I say, yeah, if this guy, if I can groom him, I can groom him to really get him to work on his phoenix, and all this, 7 killing, and he got indirect resource, all his strengths and everything, he could really do well. So in the end, I actually offer him to join my company, because that's the best way to groom someone, right? Or to coach someone if he works together with me. And guess what? On the year, right, of 2024, okay, 2024, right here, 2024, okay, itself. Can anybody tell me 2024, what year is that year? What zodiac sign is the year? Okay, can anybody tell me what zodiac sign is the year for 2024? Okay, I'm just want to do a quick one for you. What zodiac sign is 2024? Anybody? Type in the chat for me if you know the zodiac sign of 2024. What animal sign is it? If you don't know, just Google. You can Google. Right? Come on, everyone. Let's have more interaction. Anybody? No, yes. Okay, it's the dragon year. Okay, it's the dragon year, correct? Yes, it's the dragon year. And then, because this incident, which I'm going to share with you, happened in January, so the dragon year have not officially changed, because it's always the Li Chun, which is 4th of February, right? Plus minus. So before dragon is the rabbit year, so we still consider it as 2023. And either 2023 or 2024, to me, doesn't matter, because January, the dragon energy would have start coming in. Okay, so but if you notice, very interestingly about BaZi, is that the rabbit itself, which is this, okay, we say this rabbit now. Of course, it's not this rabbit, right? Because this is his luck pillar. So 2023 rabbit, okay, that year, okay, kind of harm the dragon. Okay, and this rabbit also harmed this dragon, which is already part of his luck pillar, because by then he already have that. That's one. And secondly, with the dragon energy coming in, so it's a double punishment. Can you see? Okay, and punishment sometimes can be more scary than clashes. I realized this over the years. So guess what happened? Suddenly, out from nowhere, I mean, I did say, like, hey, you make this mistake kind of things to him. And then suddenly he just blow up within a day. And then in our group chat, because we have a company group chat, and then he just said, I want to resign. And just make it very dramatic about it. And then I was shocked for 15 minutes. I was like, what happened? Okay. And then, after that, I was like, okay, of course, I plotted a QiMen chart and stuff like that. Then I was like, okay, I discussed with my HR, because we do have an official HR person, who handle all the employment issues and things like that, because, it's proper business and everything. So then, yes, then the HR actually go and talk to him, do the proper procedure, and things like that. And of course, I pay him whatever is due, and then off he goes. And he never talked to me ever. So he's very angry with me, even though I've given him the chance previously, and also groomed him. Then this happened, which is a little bit unfortunate. But to me, or when I look back, right, I do like understand why, because of he's going through the emotional energy during that time. How many of you in your lifetime have ever done such impulsive decision and action before? Have been of me. I mean, don't be shy. I mean, not necessarily you throw letters on anything, but it can be anything. It can be towards your parents, can be towards your kids, can be towards your spouse, can be your best friend, can be colleagues, anything. Like a quick, impulsive, emotional decision or action. Type of me. All right. Obviously, I have too, right? Many times in my life. Okay. I definitely not perfect, right? So, what if knowing your BaZi chart and studying deeper, and just knowing 2027, let's say 2027, okay, next year is a Ding Wei year. You can see here. If next year a Ding Wei year, you can know what kind of interaction you have with your own QiMen chart. What if you could avoid a impulsive, a rush decision that changed the entire course of your life? And this is what I've done with my life over the last 7-8 years at least. By really understanding the yearly energy, sometimes I even go deeper into the monthly energy, to understand what happened to me that month or that year, not in a superstitious way, not in a way to cause me more fear, but to give me more insights of what's happening around me, and also my own internal emotion and decision and things like that. Okay, I love this. Type a yes if you love this first example here. Okay, so yeah. All right, so let me go through the second example. Okay, this is the second chart. Okay, another person. I also know this person personally. Okay, so as you know, this person are slightly different, age and everything. This person is a lady, a female. Okay, so first thing first, as you know, same thing, we look at the day master. Okay, so this the day master is a T Earth, born in a summer month, right? And then the goats for this person is a DE. Okay, later we'll talk a little bit about it, no worries. Okay, so based on my learning of this person has a weak chart, right? So just now, if you notice the young boy, he actually start off as an auspicious chart. And maybe because of the auspicious chart, he gets to meet amazing people, maybe mentors to groom him. However, because of his own punishment and ego and inexperience, everything that's happening in his life, he make an impulsive decision and then change his own destiny of his life. Right? So what I'm saying is sometimes you can have an auspicious chart, but if you're not sure on how to capitalize or make full use of it, can an auspicious chart become a inauspicious chart over the years? Can it be done? Right? Can this person start off with a very good luck chart, and then because of the wrong decision you've made repeatedly, then become, the kind of results that he doesn't like at all? It's very possible. So this person actually is an inauspicious chart to begin with. In fact, it's weak, not strong. Okay, and more importantly, if you understand a bit of Bazi, within the Bazi chart itself as a clash. So you're talking about ox and goat clash. So when this happened, you just add on to the heaviness, the weakness of this person's chart, right? And you can notice there are how many earth in this chart. There's total 1 earth, 2 earth, and 3 earth. So when someone has 2, 3 of, if you have 4, then that's like bingo, right? Or you have 2 or 3 earth in your chart, generally you can tell, because the earth are actually the ox, goat, and dragon. These 3 are the graveyards in Bazi. Okay, so they belongs to the earth energy, and earth, as you know, is very stubborn. They are very slow to change, or they might not even want to change. They resist change. All right, and you can see this person, the most number of element is actually earth. Okay, there are total 4 earth here. Can you see? There's 1 earth here. There's 2. Actually more. 3. Yeah, there's 3 and 4. Correct. There's 4 earth, right? Yeah, so there's 4 earth in this person's chart. Okay, so that's the first thing. Okay. When I met this person, which is a few years ago, is not still at this pillar yet, right? So so when I met this person, is still in this pillar. Can you see? Still in this pillar. So this person actually went through quite a lot during this pillar. How do I know that? Firstly, of course, this person told me about it, all right? But as you can see, this rabbit and the rooster actually creates a hum. Okay, hum is generally quite okay, not that bad. Sorry, rooster and rabbit is a clash. Okay, whereas the rabbit and the dragon is a hum. Okay, so this form a hum and this form a clash. So what does it mean? It means that actually this person clashes the investment, the dreams, this person's ideas and everything, which is very true, because back then this person was having own business, and having this dream or wanting to build a big business out of it. And I think about 2-3 years into the new luck pillar, something major happened to the company, and they're going through a lot of issues, which leads on to about the year 2020, 2021, where I met this person, and it was COVID and everything. So that luck pillar actually goes through a lot of ups and downs for the person. All right, and then guess what? How many of you still remember the year of 2021? What pillar is that year for Bazi? Can anybody remember that? Or can you Google and find out for me? Okay, so if you do remember, it's actually that year. Okay, wait, hang on. Okay, so it's this pillar. Sorry, don't know what happened. me a sec. Okay, so 2021 itself is a Xing Chou year. Anyway, so I couldn't write. Okay, I wanted to write but I couldn't. Yeah, it's a Xing Chou year, so it's a metal ox, right? So it's an ox, but it's a Xing metal. It's a Xing metal. Okay, so what happened on the year 2021? Xing metal ox, right? So just now you still remember I talked about the rabbit is a clash to the rooster, is a hum to the dragon. Can you see the Xing metal is a counter to the Yi wood? Can you see? Plus this person internally have a clash also. How many of you can feel that there's a lot of things going around for this person? Type a yes. Yeah, correct. So then what happened was the ox year in 2021. Imagine this is 2021. Okay, I just used this 2021 ox year. Okay, so the ox comes in, and guess what? The ox and the goat create another clash. Plus, because it's a Xing metal, so that year is we call it a counter clash, which means it counters the Xing Chou, which is counters the year Xing metal, counter the business, which is the Yi wood over here, and then the Chou also clashes the Wei, which is a double clash that year. Plus the pillar is already clashing and humming, plus the internal is a clash as well. Guess what? That person that year really go through a lot. Yeah. Okay. Then not only that, the ox itself and the dragon also go through another destruction. Okay, you might ask, why you never mention about this ox and destruction? Because it's not that so-called, so you can see the ox here and this dragon also go through a destruction also. Okay, but you'll say, why this and this you never talk about it? Oh, because it's actually not beside, right? So if it's beside, then it's more intense, right? So I didn't mention it within the natal chart, but I did mention, I only mention it because it's the year pillar clashing in, right, into the dragon. So this is what happened. So guess what? The person really went through a lot. And in fact, I am actually like wanting to help this person a lot. And I tried many different ways, you know, to guide this person, you know, to do things, and also to spend quite a number of times, you know, meet up, encouragement, you know, plot charts, you know, as you know, I teach priming and manifestation, you know, and quite a number of things. And 2021 is the year that this person start to distance away from me, you know, start believing in some rumors, some gossips, you know, and things like that. And then to a point, come and tell me things like, actually, you shouldn't do this, you know, as a coach, you shouldn't do that as a coach, I'm very disappointed with you, and things like that. Which, you know, I wasn't really affected. I mean, I do appreciate the person, just that I also know what's happening to the person. So I didn't really, you know, say much. I can't many a times, because if a person is fixated in terms of the mind, then it's very difficult. So let's look at this person's QiMen. So the QiMen chart, as you know, is a snake together with aggressor star, and of course a very family person. Yes, a very family person. Family is important. So I would say everything about this person's so-called life is great, especially for the family. So family is great for her, but business is really tough. Back then, going through a lot of things. Yeah, then the aggressor just comes in itself. So it's more of the Bazi chart, and you see it's quite similar to the first person similar profile, 7 killing and friend. Okay, so so far this person is not like super duper, like aggressive, angry kind, no, because of the earth, right? Because this person have 3 earth. So on the outside feels like stable, feels strong, feels matured, and stuff like that. But I think internally there's a lot of emotions going through inside this person. How many of you ever in your lifetime feel such emotions in your life before? Type in a me. Okay. I hope this is not your chart, because I could literally feel the struggle in this person. Because if you are born with a weak chart, and then you still have the clash, the harm, and you have like the jackpot kind of emotional issue, or it can be quite draining, or it can be quite a lot of things that's going around. Okay, so I only managed to kind of like coach and help this person for about a year plus to two. Why I say a year plus? Because halfway, this person start to distance, and there's nothing much I can do. I mean, I did try to, hey, is there anything I can help you with, and things like that, right? But that's as much as I can do with this person. So yeah, and very thankful as well, because this person is truly talented in many things she does, and things like that as well. All right, and also, okay, because this person's nobleman, as you can see here. Okay, this person's nobleman is actually monkey and rat, and I know it because I am can be the nobleman as well, right? Just that I'm not able to do it within like a year plus, right? Even like many of my students, the really awesome one, or it takes them like 3, 4, 5 years sometimes. Because you see, we have been our same mindset, same thinking, same habits, same action for 20, 30, 40 years of our life. I mean, you want to change in 3 months and become a millionaire? I mean, it's possible. It's just that you got to put in a lot of work. Even for me, it takes me a few years to 10x my life, and that's because I really go all in with BaZi, QiMen, Feng Shui, really like intensive cooking of myself, like really going through a lot of discomfort to keep expanding myself, right? So yeah, so this is a second case study. How many love that? Type a yes for me. Okay, we're going to go through the last one for tonight. Is it okay we extend a little bit? All right, than usual. It's going to be more than an hour tonight. Type a yes if you love it, right? So yeah, so I love that. Okay, and also share a little bit about what you love about tonight's live. What is it, the difference between the previous week and this week? What is it that you love? Okay, because during this week town hall, my team feedback, because we have a very open town hall, and my team feedback like, okay, they give feedback to everybody lah, but they specifically feedback me, right? Because I am the boss. Like they say, we know you, we like you, we respect you, but there's something we don't know about you. And then they were like, it seems like you know a lot, but you don't talk a lot. You are very quiet many a time. And they say, yes, you keep saying you're introvert, you don't like to share, and things like that. You're a very private person. And yeah, you say, but people nowadays actually wants to know you, Roy, who you are, your background, your lifestyle, what's your thought process, especially when you look at certain things, because they want to learn from you. How many agree with them? Type a yes if you agree with what my team members say about me. I mean, I don't know unless you come and tell me personally, right? But the truth is, most people don't come up and tell you, Roy, you are like that, right? They probably say it behind, and then they don't really talk about it. Yeah, so let me know, yeah, like if you really, really love to see more of behind the scene of Roy Phay, maybe more reels, maybe some more YouTube live like this where I share with you more stories on my thought process, how I look at things in life. Or if you want that, next week, and if you we have at least 10 people that type a yes for me, next week I'm going to show you something very private on the live. But of course you must come lah. And bring friends, all right, bring friends, so like, subscribe, and also share this link with your friend. Okay, if we really like 10 years or more, you want to know more about my private life and what I do on a daily basis, some of my thought process, some of my morning ritual, what I do, how do I become, maybe you like how I look younger and younger, how do I have more happiness, how do I plant seeds in my life, or how do I have amazing investments. Like this year I've done quite a number of tradings and my trades has been pretty successful. Maybe out of 10 trades I got 8 wins. I've been profitable, so I'm very thankful. And also something that I've just recently have privately, I don't really share. I mean, a few of people, friends around me knows it. But if you like, type a yes. We have more than 10 years. Next week, live, I will show you live. How's that? Deal? If it's a deal, type a deal for me. Okay, so yeah, so if it's really, really, you want that, we can do that together. Okay, yeah, and of course, the goal of doing that is not just to think that I'm very arrogant, or I'm very proud of who I am, because that's the last thing I want to portray. But it's more of like sharing with you and inspire you that who I am, who I was in the past, because of the GEM framework, which is give. G stands for give, E stands for energy, M stands for mindset. With these 3 different areas of the framework, I could change my life. I could really transform many lives. I have more than 1,000 coaching clients now over the years, and I've transformed hundreds of them easily. And then if I can do that for them, I believe I can help you with that as well. Because the goal of doing this live is not for me, actually. It's to really to reach out to you and to reach out to the many future people that we have affinity to work with, to walk this journey together. And if you choose to do that, or you make a decision, I'm very thankful and very grateful. And yes, there are many ways to really interact with me. It could be on YouTube Live, it can be on my Reels. We are having QiMen Manifestation Masterclass every month, every now and then. We have now till end of the year, and we have the upcoming Celestial Retreat. If you love to come and join me for 5 days, 4 nights, you'll get to know a lot about me. Because I saw that someone here typed in still new to you. All right, J Tan BJ. Right, yeah, thanks for joining me tonight. I think Fabian also just joined us today as well. Thank you. So yeah, so there are many ways to interact. I'm a Singaporean, so if you're in Singapore, more than happy to catch up. I do come to Malaysia very often. I can fly to Indonesia, I can fly to Australia, anywhere. I'm happy. Okay, yeah. So let me share with you the case study tonight. This is the 3rd one. So this is another lady which I met, also I know personally. So first thing first, as you know, this person is a Wu Earth. Okay, born in a winter season, right? Born in the winter season. So we're born in the winter season, and this person has a weak chart, slightly weaker, right? As compared to previous chart, this chart is more weaker than this chart. This chart is slightly weaker, right? So the first chart we have is auspicious, young boy, impulsive because of the goat, no, because of the rabbit, with the harm, and the dragon, with the punishment, make some serious decision, and then things just go the other direction for him, right? Even though auspicious, but I would say he kind of self-sabotage his own life because of the self-punishment, right? This one is really going through a lot. I would say it's really not easy for this person, because of all this interaction. You can see all the arrows and everything. So yeah, so just a little bit, I just feel a little bit like, I could really do to help, but because this person decided to distance, so nothing much I can do. This is a new one, which is a very recent person that I met just recently, and I just want to share with you what happened. Okay, so you can see that this person is going through this luck pillar at this moment. Okay, still young, this lady, and this is the monkey. Okay, can you see a monkey and a snake as an interaction, right? Monkey and snake is both a punishment and a destruction. Okay, so monkey snakes, if you have this interaction, is both. It's both a destruction and both a punishment. So it's a double whammy. Okay, and if you notice, this year horse have a double clash with the rat, and also the spouse. So this person met me this year, I think, I forgot which month, maybe March, April, somewhere around there. And when this person met me, guess what? She already so-called decided to divorce. And the same time, last year, actually, why last year is because last year is also a snake year, right? Last year is a snake year because last year is a Yi-wood snake. So it's exactly this pillar, right? 乙巳年 last year is a 乙巳snake. And as you know, the snake, right, and the monkey, has the same interaction as well, right? So last year, the snake itself, okay, which this snake, okay, and the luck pillar monkey. So imagine this is 2025. This is not this. 2025, okay, pillar already starting the double whammy, which is the punishment and the destruction. Okay, so then the rat and the horse came in this year. Really, I think hit this person really hard. And as I study deeper, what it means is the clash actually clashes out the Kui water, because it's a Kui water and Ding fire clash. So it's a water fire clash. So what does it mean is that this person become a lot of emotions, and because Kui water is a direct well for this person, can you see the Kui water is a direct well for this person? Okay, so so this is a top profile as well for this person. Okay, so this year, suddenly, because of the emotion coming in, last year something happened because of all the interaction. I didn't ask for which month. If I understand which month, then we can go even deeper into the month pillar versus the interaction of the year pillar versus the BaZi interaction, right? Then we can investigate into that. But decided to separate with the spouse. Obviously, there's children involved. And then because of that, become very emotional. Then because this person is in the sales industry, so like kind of self-employed, so when that happened, very emotional, then couldn't make the income, then guess what, there's no income, then because separated, then everything just like exploded. So when I met I mean, I'm very thankful. She decided to say, okay, this is my last resort to come in, and she trusted me to coach her, which I'm thankful, right? So she came in just 3 months. One day she texted me and said, Roy, I am so down and so depressed of my life that I don't know what to do with my life. I feel like just taking my own life. Like it's almost like a last message note to me. I am both honored but also scary for me because like, can you imagine if someone wants to, like, at that moment, I don't know what happened, to be honest. It's just like suddenly I received this text, right, from this person, which is my student, which I know because I've been working with her for like few months, right? I've met her in person and things like that. And then I saw it. I dropped my whatever I'm doing because I was doing some work and I think meetings and things like that. And then I quickly reply and say, oh, what happened? Do you need to talk about it? I just want to lend support at that moment because the last thing I want is for her to feel otherwise, and then she got, upset about it. And then, yeah, so that's what I did, with her. And then thankfully, so I say, yeah, I understand you go through quite a little bit of issue, or if there's anything, I'm here to support you, that kind of stuff. So 2 days later, 3 days later, she texts me back and say, yeah, I'm very thankful to you, at least she feel better. But then it's not overnight, right? Like suddenly you become better. I mean, there's still waves and waves. So along the way, I still check in with her, just make sure she's okay, or just let her support. So what I did was, back then I say, hey, have you been doing your priming? Have you been doing your manifestation? If not, why not you go and do it? And of course, I asked, do you have the celestial incense? And the reason I asked that, because our celestial incense could instantly shift your energy, like instantly, like your house energy, your personal energy. We have tested it many times. So she said she had finished it because she bought it previously. And I know financially she's really, really like bad for her, all right, to the point that she's so down that she went to drive Grab, right? So I said, why not this way? I will personally buy 2 boxes and I'll ship it to you, right? And I do that very often, right? My team knows about it. They'll be like, hey boss, you gotta pay, these are all your credits that you gave. So yeah, so then I get my team to quickly ship her 2 boxes, and then she's very, very happy, right? Like she felt like there's someone there for her, in that sense. You see, when someone was down and they have that suicidal thought, that is usually when the person see no light at the end of the tunnel. You know why I know that? Because during my lowest point of my time, I do really walk up to a river near my place, as you know where I stay, and I was holding the railing and I was looking down the river. I still remember it was drizzling back then. And that was the lowest point in my life. And it's not one time of having this thought. I've many times during that period. And at that moment, it felt so real that I could just tiptoe myself over the railing. And it's so scary. Like your mind literally became the devils that took over you and could literally take your life. So I literally understood the feeling, the emotions, the crazy mind of someone who gets to that point. And maybe that's why many students resonated with me, because to be honest, I've helped quite a number of students to get out of depression over the years, because I've been through myself. I know how to get it out myself, and then that's where I can help others, right? So I'm lucky I never took any medicine. I didn't see a psychiatrist, that kind of stuff. I just snap out of it one day. I realized it, and I just tell myself, Roy, this is not the way you live. And back then I'm still very young. I'm like 30 plus, right? I say, you're still young. That's not the way you should let go your life. I mean, there's so many people around me that really still care for me, like my family, my grandma, and things like that. So that's where I really woke up, and and that's where I'm in today, right? If not, you won't see Roy Phay anymore. So yeah, so that's what I did for this lady. And yes, and just to add on to that, why she's feeling what she's feeling, or if you notice, she is a hook, also attack door. Okay, so attack door in many ways, a lot of people thought that is attacking other people, like very aggressive to people. It can be, but it also means that this person is very critical to themselves as well, right? With a hook mindset can be a little bit over the board many a times, because they are the yin element of the QiMen chart, right? So that's what happened. And adding on to that, if you understand and if you look at year 2026 QiMen year chart, you'll be able to see a hiding door over here. Okay, you'll see the hiding door. I write the Chinese for those who know how to read. Right, the hiding door is the 杜门, all right, or hiding. I put here H. Okay, and also more importantly, there's a Qi earth here. Okay, and also a run water. Okay, so Qi earth tells me there's a lot of hidden suppression trap, which is the physical trap here. So what I'm doing is I take the 2026 year chart, overlapping this person's destiny chart at the same direction. So roughly I can understand what is this person going through this year. And because there's a brave star as well. There's a brave star here, the yin, right? Give me a sec. It's not easy to write with the mouse. Okay, the brave star. Okay, so brave star means this person is going through a lot of emotions. Why? Because brave also stands for ego. So in many ways, this person's ego was being bashed, because just so you know, this lady has been doing very well, like a year after year after year kind of good results for years in terms of the sales. Like you're talking about 6 figures every year, right? Hundreds of thousands every year income, right? Doing really, really well, and then something just happened and clash, right? And then of course that's what happened, that causes the ego and everything. So this on the QiMen perspective. This is on the BaZi perspective, what happened in terms of the year interaction, interacting with the BaZi charts and things like that. Okay, so very thankful. The last I met this lady recently in my Ride the Fire event. How many know that I just recently completed a Ride the Fire event? So what I did was I still continue to coach this person, and I say, why not this way? Come and join Ride the Fire. Come and feel the positive energy, because on that day I did a QiMen activation, and I know she's like broke, right? So, or struggling for money. So I just help her again. I say, why not this way? You just come. I'll pay for your tickets. All right, which is like 150. Okay, so I say, why not pay for your tickets, right? Which I need to cover the cost of the venue, the food, the lunch, the tea break. And she did. She came. I saw her. She looks much better. Not the same as 3 months ago. Not amazing, but just much better. I could tell like things get better for her. I could feel like she feels a bit more at ease. At least she knows, okay, things are better, but not amazing. Like, you slowly get out of the situation, right? And then, I get a couple of my students, because I've got one student who 1 year ago came, like she was so sad. Like the face was like lots of problems. You could see the eyebrow like always like together. I was like, what happened? Then after 1 year of coaching, that day I met her, because she came for celestial retreat last year, which is amazing for her. I think that's a huge transformation for her. And then she continued to work on the coaching part of things. So I met her again this year. I was like, wow, you look so different. She said, yeah, so thank you. I'm so happy now. Everything is just great. My work become better. Because last year when she came in, the work was no good. Spouse was no good. Kids was having problems. Like everything is having problems. But not like this lady, right? Not like this BaZi lady, right? Not that bad, right? She's still okay, just going through ups and downs here in life. So then after 1 year, she become much better. And she told me she's very happy. I said, great. Could you come and share with this lady? And then, yeah, so they become like interacted, and then she become happier. So I just, yeah, very happy about that. And just so you know, all these things just makes my day. And it really makes my day because if you ask me, this is what I truly love to do. And I've come to a point in my life, I'm not like fantastic, like I'm not like a billionaire, I'm not like super rich, I'm not like super successful, I'm not like living in a bungalow, a very private jet. I'm not like that, right? I'm still a very regular Roy. I'm still who I am. Am I financially better than my lowest point in my life? Yes, of course. Financially, am I, feeling more abundance? Yes. Have I more vitality, health? Yes, obviously you can tell from me. In fact, today I met one of my KL student. The first comment she said, wow, you look younger in person than on Zoom. And just so you know, I look a little bit old now because my hair was a bit long, I supposed to cut it, and then I'll look younger again. Okay, this is the little trick lah. And when my hair grow a bit too long, I need to cut. Then I'll look younger, maybe 3 to 5 years younger. So this is my little secret and trick. Just kidding. Then thirdly, I have awesome relationship. I'm so happy now. I have this amazing partner in my life, which I'm always very thankful for her. And then I have amazing team member, even though they are very, very direct and transparent to me, which no, I'm just kidding. Okay, which I'm very thankful to them. It's not easy to take the humble pie, so I learn it as well. Yeah, and they have so much fun telling directly, boss, you're like this, boss, you're like that. Yeah, a couple of them are here, so they know. But anyway, we have fun. We have fun in the town hall. And yes, I have amazing friends now. Many of the students become very close friends. And we even travel together, which, some of them, they are like my inner circle. We invest together, we make money together. Of course, those who trusted me, and we have a very, very strong trust with that. And that's, for me, that's amazing because that's what life is about. Then family is amazing. For the last 3 years, I've traveled, with my parents every year, with my in-law. Just this year, 7 of us, the whole family went for a Hong Kong trip. Next year, I'm bringing my parents to another place, which is, I think, is my dream travel to bring them there, is another place, not Asia. I'll share with you more when I do that. Yeah, so I'm very happy about that. And then happiness and inner peace. So what's my true happiness is this. Each person that I met up, each person, every single one, every single coaching, every single message, every single reading, every single hour that I've done, as long as it make a shift in you, it gives you a bit of light, or if I could light up the candle in your heart. And I know that truly that's the most important, because if today you become better, just financially, better health, better relationship, and having more inner peace and happiness, guess what? I'm not just inspiring you and benefiting you. because I know you will go around and impact your loved ones, your family, which then more people will see you as a beautiful family, will impact the friends and community around you. And I strongly believe that will impact the whole country and ultimately the world. And this is my contribution, and this makes me very happy, and this gives me a lot of peace. And this is something that I know that I'll do my best and keep doing it as much as I can until the very last day of my life. And this is what I do. All right, and this is why I'm so happy. Yes, not every day is smooth, not every day is like perfect, you know. Like today, I'm supposed to be at home now doing this live with you, and then I can sleep my own bed, enjoying my night. But I have to check in a hotel, sleep another night, drive out back to Singapore tomorrow morning. But it's all good, all right, because at least I get to do this live, and as I promised, as long as I get to have at least one person joining this live every week, I'll keep doing as long as I can, until one day nobody wants to listen to me. But I don't think so, right? So I may truly enjoy tonight. Type in a yes if you truly enjoy tonight. Okay, and if you want to know what's the one new thing that happened in my private life next week, come in live, because I will show it to you in front of the camera. Okay, cool, everyone. Okay, thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same channel on YouTube Live. This is Phay once again. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.